We had a lot of Easter eggs in the game. We left a teaser that I don't think anyone ever found.
And I took that personally. Let's dig into the Easter eggs and all the secrets of Killing Floor 3. But first, if you like the content and my weird French accent, feel free to subscribe and comment. I respond to you, my friend. If you want to watch the secret and possible upcoming content chapter, check this time code, cause for now, we gonna seek the Easter eggs. So if you comment, "Hey, you didn't talk about the kiss in the Stronghold," it's because that's an upcoming content, so part of the secret chapter. Take your bag of beefy boy chips, your best Biocola, and let's see what else we can find in a Stronghold. Like other Strippery game, Red Orchestra 2 and Maneater. That make me think about, maybe I shall make a video talking about Maneater and reveal you how the Zedwood break truly started. Cause yeah, Maneater's story happened before the event of Killing Floor. It's Brian who said that.
I guess we're confirming that those two worlds exist with each other now, that...
And look, we can even see the Horzine tower. Maybe we can stop Kevin before it's too late. There is also a prophecy about upcoming heroes. I mean, mercenary here for the money, but what's the difference? And this goddamn clone! Way too scary for me, let's go back in the Stronghold. On the shop, you can spot a few items we already know, like the Killing Floor 2 Zod fights, terrible Kilo doll from Killing Floor 1. Why Killing Floor 1 looks funnier than Killing Floor 2, where I spent my entire life on Killing Floor 2. Along this amazing piece of Fleshpound evolution from Killing Floor mods to this 3. Still in the Stronghold, we have the specialist we all know, Cordelia the big boss, Rhodes, the lady we heard in game, Rhodes. But there is more missing staff member, like Ray. Is that you leaving all the post-it across the Stronghold? We will never know. Ray remain a mystery for now. Along Rhett Hawkins, the chief flight operator we can spot in some screen along multiple discussions. Like one talking about an Impala in Cell? Okay, that might sound weird for some people, but for me, a Killing Floor 2 veteran, I see potential. Now, before we jump into the map, we need to talk about the most important Easter eggs from the game. But if Strippery is watching, please skip it to the City Street chapter. You might not gonna like what I'm about to reveal because we're gonna talk about the origin of Killing Floor 3. Before Killing Floor 2 leaves, Strippery worked on a fun game called Killing Floor Calamity, released in 2013. If I believe the wiki, he didn't follow the update of the store, and so he ended up dead. Why Calamity is the biggest Easter eggs of Killing Floor 3? Because you start the game by taking a perks linked to a character. Those perks cannot be changed during the game, and now have an ability. Once in game, you have a max of 3 serang. The weight system got removed for 2 main weapons, we still have a secondary along the knife. And to avoid death, we have a dodge. All of this make me think about another game, but I don't see which one. Calamity is the last Killing Floor game known by the community. Even Killing Floor's incursion have more fame, and instead of making Killing Floor 3 sided horror and survival everyone loved from Killing Floor 1 and 2, they took Calamity as a DNA for the gameplay. It's like imagine, in 11 years, someone will have the bright idea of watching Concord teaser and tell to himself and his dev team, "This is the peak of video game experience! Players don't know yet, but they want this gameplay." Spoiler alert, they don't. And when I searched for secrets, I didn't expect to find such thing. They made a teeny fun game, the main core of Killing Floor 3. And even Calamity is better, look! At least you cannot outrun a Fleshpound. Let's hit the map! The most obvious Easter eggs of the game is the Museum of Kevin in City Street. Sorry, I still haven't recovered from a bad guy named Kevin. Kevin! Which tell us his first mutation was made on Flora, along some quote he said during his time life. I don't know about you, but the only quote I'm gonna remember is this one.
"I hope my therapist has an opening soon."
In the R&D, we had a teaser of the Stalker before she was released for anyone paying attention to the screen. Unfortunately, I don't understand English, and all my video was made by an evil AI there to take control of the world by making Killing Floor videos, and I'm in charge to repeat it.
You're not supposed to say those lines, you plonker.
That's not the script?
Next line before I demolish you.
Oh, I just hope my coconut doesn't have the taste of a raw fish.
Why I hired that guy.
After the Stalker was released, we had a new area with a lot of lore on how she worked, and I love this kind of detail. Bringing new area on older map when an update drop is really lovely. Additionally, I hoped this boy was the Patriarch clone, but, well, Moorcroft kinda works like a Patriarch from the looks of his attack, and so he's just a basic fleshpound before all the cyber enhance. On Rodor Station we have a shooting range and the most important, a Grovel! The best weapon of the Berserker in Killing Floor 2! Well, it's actually look different, but still. And guess what? When you shoot at all the target range, there is a giant chicken spawning in front of us! No. Sadly, nothing appears. Please, it's hidden and no one will shoot at them. Could it be nice to add something there, like firework or I don't know, Moorcroft doing a breakdance? Hands would be there for the music. Talking about hands on the dance floor, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we know the release date of Halloween, and it's gonna be the 15th October. I mean, I predict the release date of Season 4 2 months before having it officially, so if I say it's the 15th, it's the 15th. Okay, I cheated for Halloween. It's actually this calendar who revealed it to us, so it might be a real release date, and since I was right about Season 4, Season 5 might be between 15 and 18. It's also an accurate calendar if you check your computer and go into the future.
Finally, I controlled the whole world. Who would have ever guessed it all started with a video game? And a French idiot.
I wonder what kind of world we're gonna have in 2081. On Horzine Factory, the prison was also teased. Well, I believe so. We also have a line from the boys.
When you see something, say something.
Or it could also be a reference to an old movie, but the boys is more recent. And we can spot another calendar, but this time, it's pure chaos. I mean, who am I supposed to believe now? There is also a couple head in the lockers, I'm on magazine, and a Lancy underwear. On Convoy, there is almost nothing to check despite some screen revealing maybe possible incoming maps location, but I really doubt of that. There is once more a missing opportunity there. We could add a clown's face and a balloon. Hope it's gonna be added once the Summer Sideshow skin will be there. The office!
No, not you.
We had, once again, literally the scavenger in a picture since the start of the game. With prison and this, I bet on Rig we could see the next boss mission somewhere, along 3 incoming map. This is also where the camera was discovered in the lore. The nest of the Queen Crawler, the sewer. So as I said, multiple clues about this map making us believe this is where the boss was first met. There is also Rosie. Rosie is a boss in Maneater. I told you Maneater was a prequel of Killing Floor. Maybe the next character would be a shark, or better, a shark would fight. But wait a second, this tag. I don't know about you, but it's make me think of Hans Volter. And we had this tag in Killing Floor 2. What does it mean? We're gonna have Hans Volter as the next boss? Probably not, thank God. Even if 99% of players want the return of the king, he is dead, okay? Last hands standing mean no more hands. Now we hit the new map and it's sexy because we have a room specially dedicated to Scully with a poster, a case, a chainsaw and a DG set. We have off-map a graveyard or cemetery if you live in the UK and have gentleman manners. And I tried to take a look but I haven't seen familiar names, so that's good I guess. We also have Spanish scratched on the wall in a few cells saying "Az que para," which means "I love Anala Reeve, bring her back please, true prayer, I'm begging you." Okay, it's mean make it stop. Feel free to read all the others, but I ain't gonna translate all of them for you. And in the Cryo Bay, we have nothing. Surely I search everywhere at every corner, despite being a mission area for breakout updates, nothing more to check, unless it's very well hidden. Then Antarctica, and we have a lot of Easter eggs for the love of our hearts. Starting with the Man Monkey! It's a skin from Killing Floor 1 in a Summer Sideshow event, so I bet we can have those later too. The Halloween event itself? This plant! Because it is amazing, right? During the story, we have some Moorcroft skin lying on the ground, but it's gone later. This kind of detail, when we do the story, shall remain in the map, like the postal card in City Streets, if you want my opinion. There is a big monster in the ice, maybe a big upcoming boss. I wonder where they have their inspiration for that one. We also have Alan, or dearest Alan is back from Z Iceland, but unfortunately he is dead 70 years later. Shame on him. At least he got a wonderful cake. There is also a itty bitty horror game, so a skin and map events from Killing Floor 1, and we got a post-it with right on it, Collapse Steel. Yep. Make me think about something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. And since I released this video before Rig, feel free to dig into this new map and tell me what you found it. Like this, if I make a part 2, I don't even have to search it myself. Now we hit the secrets! So I give it a percentage to value each secret I gather. For example, Chris, who can be seen in the Stronghold, have been both confirmed in-game, and by Brian, mean it's 100% sure. If I take Guillotine, a clothed brand located in France in the universe of Killing Floor, and her poster on Prison, we can assume Anala Reeve will be back, sure at 85%. And if she is released, we could have a map located in Paris, but since the link of a new Paris map is just Anna herself, it's valued at 10%. You get the idea, more clue we have, more the value is high. Let's dig in the secret of the game. So we mentioned earlier the weapon, we know Chris is on the way, P90 to the SPX, and we should have in the future a stoner and a minigun. No clue for those two, but Brian said during a live stream it was on the way, so it's on the way. We can also see a secret weapon behind our reach, but no other weapons look like this, so it might be a new one we don't know yet. With a mag possible inside, so it might be a future assault rifle. Another weapon, and we are 100% sure it will be back, because we have it in the Stronghold, the nail gun! Yeah. It doesn't feel like a real weapon, but Destiny nails could become bigger, and I take Rage as an example. A nail gun with rapid fire nails. You change the attachment and you can throw an entire iron bar, pinning the Z into the wall. You change the attachment again, and you have the big fucking gun 9000. For this last one, I doubt we will have it in Killing Floor 3, but a nail gun is welcome. And it would be back because of the Trinity. The Trinity is based on Killing Floor 1 and 2 continents. If they both have the same continent, it will be back sooner or later on Killing Floor 3. Remember that, because it's important. Still in the Stronghold, we can see many face masks, gas masks, goggles and possible cosmetic in the future. For the map, we already have some teasing of a London map, here, in this teeny screen who switch kinda fast. Damn, how the hell I noticed this? It shows a few maps we already know, but also more accurate place, like the Climley Square we saw before. And currently, London is under a dark fog, or gas. Come on, don't be hands, he's dead, okay, he's dead. So we can guess London will be an upcoming map, for sure. The portrait! So first, sorry, I didn't see Mrs. Foster on the ground when I talked about them on a small video. We have not 5, but 6 possible characters on the way. But there is more than that. If we go back in the Cryo Bay, we have a few familiar names. I'm gonna value the return of the character based on clue. Let's start with Kara Barnes! Yeah, I don't know her, but if we listen to the wiki, it's the first character made from the Killing Floor mods. Prepare, bring her back, please. Then we have Albrecht Schaefer. I absolutely don't know who's this character. No clues on the game, the wiki, neither on Calamity or Intuition. But let's not forget Richie Regnauld. No clues neither. The closest character we have if we search his name is Reggie the Rocker. So it's probably his real name, but I haven't found anything saying it, so yeah. We have Emma Rose, the lady talking to you through a flying VR headset on Killing Floor's Incursion. We have Schneider, of course, one of his portraits was showed, so we have more chance to make a comeback. Ashley Horzine is there. Hope we could bring her back home in a near future, because if my intel are correct, she should have been there on Killing Floor 2. So bringing her back for these 3 would make sense. Neil Donovan? Neil Donovan? The bulldog? How could he stay in a cryo bay with all the thickness he have? Let's free this man able to fight a fleshpound with his bare hand. Give him cyber-enhanced arms and he'll beat Smallcroft to death. And of course we have Mrs. Foster. So now we see those names, it doesn't really make sense. Because if Foster would see Mrs. Foster hanging there, he would take at least her cryo bay back in the Stronghold. So I have only one hope. Once Smallcroft is no more, since it's an imminent danger, Scully will tell the crew to come back in the cryo bay, to save all of them, even if some isn't playable yet, or won't ever be. And when all of those old characters is back, Patriarch would return. It will be so fucking epic. Because, well, spoiler alert, Emma Rose work with the Patriarch in Incursion and manipulate the players to do exactly what she and the Patty want. So the next arc of Killing Floor 3 could be set the characters free, Emma included, and once all of them is back, we have alarms on the Stronghold, a bridge appears because of Emma, and then we heard a familiar voice, the Patriarch, singing his return. It's clear in my mind, and I can't picture a better comeback from Patriarch than appears once his old nemesis set free. And I didn't mention Anna Reeve and Albert. That's because they aren't inside the Cryo Bay. It means only one thing. Scully set them free during the Outbreak event. And as Ryan Clark would say, soon we will have Albert back and Anna, because once more, Guillotine logo is back, and if we bring back the French cloth brand, it's a clue. The next character is the French ladies everyone loved. Unless they got melted, but goddamn I would be traumatized for life, is that the case? And since I mentioned a trauma, the Clunker will be back. Even if nothing mentioned a damn Gundam character, he's still a playable character on Killing Floor 1 and 2. The Trinity is active, so I expect to have our dear Idar back on Killing Floor 3 as a playable character, or far worse. Now there is a voice line, a special one.
Mr. Clamley, you ain't looking so well. Patriarch's here.
Patriarch could be back. The trouble, which is known in fact, is Moorcroft. Looks like he have all the setup of a Patriarch. Minigun, check. Invisible when he's about to die, check. Mortar, check. Based on law, Moorcroft learned from the Killing Floor 2's battlefield to turn himself into a better Patriarch. That's explained why he stole all the toys of a Patriarch. But the Patriarch isn't the strongest boss of Killing Floor 2. Hans Volter was the most strongest boss of the game without any doubt. If you think it's the Matriarch, so Rachel Clemley, the daughter of the Patriarch, you have skill issue, and if you want to humiliate her, feel free to check this amazing video made by me revealing all the secrets to solo all boss online in Hell on Earth. Sorry, it was the hard part. We could, and it's pure fantasy, have a clone of Kevin Clemley, one of the first ever made, so not a mutated version like we used to have in Killing Floor 2, but more like a Killing Floor 1 Patriarch. Since Hans Volter is dead, he could have taken his stuff at the end of Killing Floor 2 story and turned himself into a better version of Hans Volter. I mean, he spent 2 games using the same setup and keep losing. Maybe he can learn from his mistake? It would make a lot of fan happy since once again, a lot of players asking for the return of Hans, and we would have a Patriarch back in the gameplay of a Hans Volter. And if there is players crying about a skinny Patriarch, Killing Floor 1 Patriarch isn't a big monster, and once more for the Hans lovers, he's gone. So that would be my bet on this single line. He would have the deadliest attack we knows, the one from Hans Volter. This first line could also be the reaction of Master Son when he sees Moorcroft, but I would be very disappointed if that's the case. Now come the most spiciest subject I bet every one of you jumped to be here. The next incoming perks. Of course, when I have a whole chapter talking about Brian leaking a new perks, TruePrint released a new roadmap with a Berserker in development 2 days before this video is released. So first, here's the original script, cause I want you to know what I wrote before everything got burned. And now, I have to rebuild my script and this last chapter. So the Berserker is TZ. It shouldn't surprise you if you follow the livestream. And if you follow what players wanted since the beta, you know the Gunslinger was the most asked perks. The second one, the Berserker. And even if my original script got blows up with a roadmap, I tried to link the supports and SWAT, cause they could be the next perk. As for the Berserker, I want to share that I knew it. I even mentioned it on my Discord after TruePrint livestreamed the Gunslinger. So it's not a big surprise, at least for me. But if the Berserker is on the way, he's gonna be blunt for sure. And the trouble is the ninja. Some ninja skill is a lot more useful on a Berserker, so the only hope I have is a rework of a few skill on the ninja, replacing all the parry skill and rework them to be focused into dodge. Cause ninja would be there to strike fast, move all of the time, dodging all Z, and the Berserker would be here to take all the Z frontwards and put them down with a parry and a heavy hit. Now I'm gonna talk about a subject from my last video, how to save Killing Floor 3. Because the video was reaching 1 hour, I had to cut many chapters, leaving only one sentence for this one. This is the chapter I wanted to bring in it, cause we could have it in-game since all perks can use all weapon. We could have a few perks in-game with ease compared to the work a berserker need. First, we're gonna talk about the support. The support is the shotgun master. What he uses is shotgun, obviously, and we already have a few shotgun in-game, 5 of them. So let's build a support. We take one shotgun from the firebug, leaving him the trench gun cause it's always been a firebug shotgun. We build a new weapon for the firebug, and we take the 3 others from the engineer. We give him a nail gun I mentioned before, and 2 remaining weapons can be built to be unethical. Ifrit is a wielder. A nail gun is used on plank in the first place. Let's keep this DNA for the engineer to make him truly unique, but we'll see this further in a moment. So to have a support, we need the perks, 1 firebug weapon, and 3 engineer weapon. But we have another perks with already 2 weapon TZ, the Chris and the P90 for the SWAT. So to have the SWAT, we create the perk itself. We already know the Chris and P90 is on the way, so what's left is 2 others submachine gun. We can take Recluse and MP6 from the medic and build unique one for him. Tripwire, please take Killing Floors 2's medic as example. This medic have marvelous arsenal with all of them specification and weakness. No other perks have such a gameplay change depending on the weapon it take. So to have the SWAT, we need the perks, Chris, P90, and 2 medic weapon. Or the SWAT, Chris, P90, and 2 submachine gun. With a little bit of work, those 2 perks could be back. And if we give the shotgun of the engineer to the supports, we can give the G33 to our incoming demolitionist. Because we could turn the engineer into a brutal perks using the most gruesome weapon a sick mind can create. And so, making him truly unique. And then demolitionist could follow. Cause if you're like me, a Killing Floor 2 players who see a new perks on this Killing Floor 3, you are hyped. But when you see it's just a mix of a support and a demolitionist, it's just a waste of potential. I want him to turn into the most brutal range perks of the game, not just a mix of old perks. And this concludes the video about secrets and Easter egg about Killing Floor 3.
No, it's not over.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I talked about everything I gather.
I'm going to reveal your secrets now.
What? I don't have secret at all.
Here's the demolitionist knife.
Oh, thank God you talk about this kind of secret. Hey, hold on, that's not ready, okay? Are you trying to mute me? Hey, what the...
We're here to uncover secrets, so let's be blown away. And more is on the way.
Like the tier list?
No one care about tier list.
Okay, well, see you back on Killing Floor 2.